Imagine a future where robots aren't just tools or machines, but almost indistinguishable from humans. Sounds like science fiction? Think again. Welcome to the era where AI robots are becoming too human. Buckle up, because the robots hitting the market today are about to shock you with their jaw-dropping human-like traits. Let's dive into the incredible innovations transforming the way we interact with technology. Ameca is the most advanced human-like robot in the world, created by a British company named Engineered Arts. In this video, I'll share with you the newest updates about this robot and what it predicts for the future of people. Later in the video, we'll also discuss Microsoft's latest AI gadget, which is an AI backpack that can see and hear everything just like you do, and it acts as your personal companion. All right? So as we all know, Ameca is a human-shaped robot that can walk, talk, and interact with people using artificial intelligence. It has a realistic face that can show a range of emotions, from happiness to anger. It also has cameras in its eyes that can recognize faces and expressions, and it can speak more than 100 languages thanks to a powerful AI system that uses natural language processing and generation. It made headlines last year when it released a series of videos showing its facial expressions and movements. Blending the realms of space travel and robotics, Ji-hye Kim introduces an innovative creation, Laika, an AI-powered realistic robot companion designed for human interaction. Ji-hye Kim is a Korean engineer and artist who is passionate about creating human-robot interactions. She was inspired by the story of Laika, the first animal to orbit the Earth in 1957. Laika was a stray dog from the streets of Moscow who was sent to space by the Soviet Union as part of the Sputnik 2 mission. Unfortunately, the dog did not survive the journey, and her fate sparked a lot of controversy and debate about the ethics of animal testing in space. And Laika is not just a toy or a gadget, but almost a living being that can interact with humans and respond to their needs and emotions. When you first see it, you'll be struck by its realistic, almost natural look. Ji-hye Kim aimed to make a robot dog that fits right in the natural world, avoiding a too robotic appearance. To achieve this, she skillfully combined 3D printing with soft materials for a flexible and smooth body. She even added fur and whiskers for that extra touch of realism underneath. Laika titanium skeleton gives it strength and durability while keeping it light and nimble. The robot dog can move its head, ears, tail, and legs in ways that seem quite natural, all thanks to its advanced joint movements and sensors. Laika comes loaded with an array of sensors to understand and engage with its environment. It's equipped with depth cameras, thermal imaging, microphones, speakers, and touch sensors, letting it see, hear, feel, and talk to humans and other robots. Another cool feature is Laika's ability to check on astronauts' health and mood using its ECG sensors, which track heart rate and stress levels. If Laika senses someone is feeling down or alone, it can show affection by wagging its tail, licking or cuddling. And when it detects happiness or excitement, it might bark, jump around, or play. And this robot isn't just a space companion, it's also a handy helper for astronauts. It's designed to do a lot of different jobs that help out the crew during their space missions. So Tesla has just unveiled its latest and greatest project, Optimus Gen 2, an AI humanoid robot that looks like a futuristic knight in armor. It has almost human-like hand movements, a lighter weight than its predecessor, and an enhanced walking speed. It also has custom-designed actuators and sensors that allow it to perform complex tasks with ease. Now, to understand the difference between the new Optimists, we need to talk about the original Optimus that Tesla first introduced back in August 2021 at their AI Day. The idea was to make a robot that could do tasks humans don't want to, like helping in factories or dealing with dangerous waste. Back then, Optimus looked more like a person in a robot costume than an actual robot. It was rolled out on stage, waved its hand, and did some simple moves. Elon Musk hoped to have a working model by 2022. Since then, Tesla has been busy making Optimus look and act more like a real robot. In September 2022, they showed off two versions of it at their second AI Day. One was named Bumble C, and it walked very carefully, almost like it was trying not to wake someone up. The other was the Optimus we know today. This version of Optimus had smoother, more human-like movements in its hands. It could move its arms and head on its own, but it still couldn't walk alone, so it had to be brought on stage with wheels. Elon Musk mentioned that he hoped to start making these robots for real by 2023. So far, things are looking promising, but there's still a lot we don't know about the final version of Optimus, including how it will manage, balance, and control, possibly using technology from Tesla's autopilot. We're also curious about its ability to interact with humans and adapt to new environments and tasks. Finally, how optimists will communicate with other robots or devices remains an intriguing question. But before diving too deep, let's focus on some of the key technical features that make the Optimus Gen 2 really stand out. A major highlight of this robot is its hands. They are built to move in all directions, thanks to something called 11 degrees of freedom. This flexibility lets the hands do precise work, like picking up items or using tools. What's even more impressive is that these hands can sense touch. They have a special, skin-like covering that can bend and stretch without damage. This covering is filled with sensors that can feel pressure, temperature, humidity, and even vibrations, which makes the robot's hands incredibly sensitive and versatile. All right now, LG, a well-known electronics company, is all set to amaze everyone at CES 2024 with their latest creation. A small, friendly robot designed to make life at home easier and more enjoyable. This announcement, made just a few hours ago, is already creating quite a buzz. This adorable robot from LG stands about a foot tall and walks on two legs. It's not just for show. This little helper is packed with advanced technology to take care of your house. It can wander around your home, checking for any issues, keeping an eye on your pets, and even understanding how you feel to make your day better. Thanks to the Qualcomm Robotics RB5 platform, the robot gets smarter over time, learning about your likes and habits to become an even better companion. LG refers to this robot as a moving smart home hub aimed at reducing the chores you have to do around the house. And it seems to do just that. Scheduled to be showcased at CES 2024 next week, the robot can connect with all the smart devices in your house. It can turn devices off when they're not needed, or when you're not home. Plus, it can patrol your home, checking if windows are shut or if lights are left on, and alert you about it when you're out. The robot isn't just sitting idle. It can keep an eye on your pets and even let you watch live video feeds to see what your furry friends are up to when you're away. It's also smart enough to monitor your home's temperature, humidity, and air quality, alerting you if something isn't right. But the robot's abilities don't end there. When you come home, it greets you at the door and can figure out how you're feeling by looking at your face and listening to your voice. Depending on your mood, it can play music or sounds to cheer you up. And if you tend to forget things like medication schedules, the robot can help remind you to do all this. The robot is equipped with a camera, speaker, and various sensors. These help it understand what's happening in your home, from air quality to potential problems. It also uses voice and image recognition software, along with the ability to process natural language, to identify and respond to issues as they arise. So Covariant, an innovative company in the field of robotics, is using the advanced AI that powers digital tools like ChatGPT to create robots that can operate in the physical environment. They want to use this technology to make robots that can work and learn in the real world, not just online. Founded by 3 former researchers from OpenAI, Covariant is making strides in the robotics industry by developing software that enables robots to learn and adapt. Through observation and interaction with their surroundings, much like how chatbots learn from vast repositories of textual data situated in Emeryville, California, Covariant focuses on enhancing the capabilities of robots used in warehouses and distribution centers. The essence of their technology lies in providing robots with an understanding of their environment, allowing them to perform tasks such as picking up, moving, and sorting items with an unprecedented level of sophistication. These robots, equipped with the ability to comprehend English, offer the possibility of human-like interaction, enabling operators to communicate with them as if they were conversing with a chatbot like ChatGPT. At the heart of Covariant's innovation is the integration of sensory data from cameras and other sensors with the extensive textual data similar to that used to train chatbots. This combination grants the robots a comprehensive understanding of their surroundings. empowering them to handle objects in situations they have not been explicitly programmed to deal with. For instance, a covariant robot can identify and manipulate a banana by understanding instructions given in English, even if it has never encountered a banana before. This capability is a significant departure from traditional robotics, where machines perform a limited set of tasks in a highly controlled environment. Despite the promising advancements, covariance technology is not infallible. The robots occasionally make errors such as misunderstanding instructions or dropping objects. These shortcomings highlight the challenges inherent in applying AI to physical tasks where the complexity of the real world introduces variables that are difficult to anticipate and manage. Nonetheless, covariance work represents a critical step forward in the quest to create more intelligent, adaptable robots capable of operating in diverse environments, from warehouses to manufacturing plants, and potentially even in autonomous vehicles. Just one day after retiring its older hydraulic model, Boston Dynamics has introduced a new electric version of its Atlas robot. This marks a significant shift away from the noisy hydraulic mechanisms that characterize previous models. Now, Atlas is powered by an electric motor, which, although not silent, offers a quieter operation that contrasts sharply with the hydraulic system's distinctive sounds. The unveiling of this new version was captured in a compelling video. It opens with Atlas lying prone on a set of interlocking gym mats, accompanied only by the soft whirring of its new electric motor. As the camera pans around, the robot begins a seemingly natural motion of bending its legs at the knees. This movement, initially reminiscent of human action, soon crosses into an uncanny valley, evoking a feeling similar to a scene from a Sam Raimi film. This clever maneuver allows Atlas to shift from lying on its back to standing upright, facing away from the camera. It then performs an eerie rotation of its head, followed by its torso, completing a 180-degree turn to face the camera directly the robot's face, featuring a ring light around a perfectly round screen, then rotates back as Atlas strides off the mats and out of the frame. This new electric Atlas is not just a technological evolution, but also a symbolic one, mirroring the transformative moment when Bob Dylan famously switched from acoustic to electric guitar. The motion of the new Atlas, while still showing some jerky movements, is notably smoother and more fluid compared to many of the commercial humanoids introduced in recent years. This progress illustrates a level of mechanical sophistication that brings to mind the confident and fluid movements of Spot, another robot from Boston Dynamics, suggesting a familial resemblance in their design philosophies. Physical appearance of Atlas has undergone a radical transformation. Gone are the bulky torso and awkward bowed legs covered in protective plating, replaced by a streamlined, cable-free frame that bears more resemblance to contemporary robots like Agility Digit and Apron X Apollo. This redesign leans towards a softer, more approachable aesthetic, eschewing the intimidating, utilitarian look of past models for a friendlier, cartoonish appearance. Despite these substantial changes, Boston Dynamics has chosen to retain the Atlas name, continuing the legacy of its well-known brand into this new commercial phase. So a company called Sanctuary AI just announced a major collaboration with none other than Microsoft, and it's all about accelerating the development of next-gen AI models for general-purpose robots. This is huge. Now, for those not familiar with Sanctuary AI, let me give you a quick rundown. These folks are on an ambitious mission to create the world's first human-like intelligence in general-purpose robots. Yeah, we're talking about artificial general intelligence, or AGI, the holy grail of AI, that can truly understand and interact with the world, just like us humans. But here's the thing. Sanctuary AI isn't just some scrappy startup talking big game. These guys have some serious pedigree. We're talking founders from pioneering companies like D-Wave, the first commercial quantum computing firm, Kindred, which introduced reinforcement learning to production robots, and the Creative Destruction Lab, known for innovative science commercialization. Their team is stacked with veterans from tech titans like Amazon, Microsoft, and SoftBank Robotics. In other words, these folks have been at the forefront of some of the most groundbreaking innovations in AI, robotics, and computing. So when they make bold claims about pushing the boundaries of AGI, you can't help but take them seriously. So what exactly does this collaboration with Microsoft entail? Well, it's all about harnessing the power of Microsoft's Azure cloud to supercharge the development of what Sanctuary AI calls large behavior models, or LBMs. Think of these as the next evolution beyond large language models like GPT AI systems designed to learn from and understand real-world experiences and interactions by leveraging Azure massive computing resources for training, inference, networking, and storage. Sanctuary AI can turbocharge their efforts in developing these cutting-edge LBMs, which are critical stepping stones on the path to achieving AGI now. Just a few weeks ago, Sanctuary AI unveiled the 7th generation of their flagship robot, Phoenix, and the upgrades and improvements they've packed into this latest iteration are nothing short of mind-blowing. So Unitree just dropped the trailer for their new Unitree G1 humanoid robot, and this thing is mind-blowing, the flexibility, proficiency, and overall capability of this robot are really something else I'm going to explain and show you exactly why this robot is such a game changer. Alright, so there's a lot to unpack here, and this robot is genuinely revolutionary. First off, you might have noticed that it looks kind of similar to Boston Dynamics' recently unveiled Atlas robot. Now, I don't think Unitree managed to create this robot in just the 3 weeks since that trailer came out. Something like this takes a long time to develop. But what it does show is that Unity is evolving faster than a lot of people expected, and they're delivering some seriously impressive tech at a relatively affordable price point. The G1 starts at just $16,000, which is cheaper than any other humanoid robot with these kinds of capabilities. One of the things that really stood out to me in this demo was the insane flexibility and range of motion. As you can see here, this robot can swivel around in ways that humans simply can't, and its legs have a much greater range of motion. They've also managed to internalize the wiring using hollow joint technology, which allows for more efficient movement and a more compact design. This trailer really hammers home the fact that the robot race is on. I don't think anyone predicted that Unitree would release something like this, so soon I would have expected it to come from a company like Boston Dynamics first. And while Boston Dynamics might be using hydraulic actuators or fully electric systems, the G1's movement capabilities suggest that it's going to be able to handle a huge range of tasks that we might not have even considered yet. Another thing that really impressed me was the robot's stability when taking impacts. Now, I'm not saying we should go around punching robots that might not end well if they decide to rebel against us down the line. But in all seriousness, the fact that this robot can take a solid hit to the chest and remain completely stable is a remarkable feat of engineering in real-world applications. Robots might encounter things like wind debris or unexpected collisions, and being able to stay upright and keep functioning in those situations is hugely important. Most humans would probably hit the ground if they took a punch like that, so this is a really exciting development. We've seen similar demonstrations of stability from Unitree before with their H1 robot, but the G1 takes it to a whole new level. If you tried this with most other humanoid robots on the market, they'd topple over in an instant. The fact that Unitree has achieved this level of stability without even using external support cables is mind-blowing. Usually, in these kinds of robotics demos, you'll see the robot tethered to the ceiling or something to prevent falls, because balance is one of the biggest challenges in the early stages of development. But Unitree has created a robot that can take a beating and stay on its feet with all the wiring hidden internally. That's a massive accomplishment. The speed of the G1 is also really impressive. It can reach speeds of up to 3.3 meters per second, which is just shy of the world record set by Unitree's previous robot. For context, that's about 2 meters per second, which is almost a running pace. We haven't seen anything close to that from other humanoid robotics companies. The Tesla bot, for example, can walk pretty smoothly, but it's not moving nearly as fast as this. So a new AI humanoid robot has been unveiled by a company called RobotEra, and it's pretty crazy. This robot called XHand is apparently a game changer in the world of embodied AI. Now, embodied AI is all about creating robots that can interact with the real world, just like humans do, and this XHand robot seems to be taking things to the next level. So it has 12 active degrees of freedom, which means it can move and bend in all sorts of ways, just like human bodies. It's also got built-in tactile sensors, so it can actually feel and sense things it touches. And the control precision is supposed to be top-notch, allowing for smooth and reliable movements. But here's the kicker. RobotEra claims that the technology behind XHand is fully self-developed, which is pretty impressive for a relatively new player in the robotics and AI game. They were only founded in 2023, but they're already pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Now, we don't know how much this robot is going to cost, or when it'll be available to the public, because RobotEra is keeping those details under wraps for now. But from what they've shown us, it looks like XHand is specific. Designed to embody AI, which could be a big deal as we get closer to achieving AGI. And speaking of AGI, there's been a lot of hype lately about it potentially happening sooner rather than later. I'm not even joking around. Some experts are saying we might be on the verge of a breakthrough in this field. So, are you ready to meet the future? These robots are redefining what it means to be human, and the revolution is happening now. Stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest updates on the incredible world of AI and robotics. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.